This is a tutorial for my couples budget, which you can buy on Etsy for $5. Okay, so I'm just gonna go step by step here. So let's say spouse A makes $5,000 a month. And then maybe you have a side hustle. So that's what this line is for. As you can see, most of the mandatory expenses that you're most likely gonna pay are here in shared expenses. But you can change all these entries to whatever you want. These monthly expenses for spouse A are specifically what spouse A is paying for himself, his own personal expenses. Shared expenses is what spouse A and B are sharing and splitting the costs of. These are spouse B's monthly personal expenses. Let's say spouse B only makes $3,000. Now let's go for the monthly expenses. Let's say rent is $1,200. These are of course going to vary from couple to couple. Now we know what all the shared expenses are. Right now, this is showing you as spouse B is paying for everything because this number is going to be the total minus what spouse A pays. And right now I haven't put anything into what spouse A pays. So it looks like spouse B is paying for everything. But let's say they want to split it about evenly. So spouse A pays about $1,500 a month. And then so they're both sharing. Okay, now let's say spouse A has saving his own money for whatever he wants to buy. So he's putting $500 a month into his own account. But then both couples are saving together to buy a house. So spouse A is putting $500 a month in towards the house that they're saving for. And spouse A's disposable income is the money he has left after that. Now spouse B is doing the same thing. Spouse B is saving for, their dream car as well. They're also going to put a little bit less into the shared savings. Now you can see that $800 a month is being contributed towards their house savings. And based on that number, we can see how much they're going to save over here during certain periods of time. This is with 0% return, meaning they're just keeping that money in a checking account. But say they put it into some sort of investment account that makes them 2%. But you can also change this number. So in 1 year, you guys are going to save almost $10,000. 2 years, $20,000. In a couple years, you guys will have a down payment, depending where you live. In 30 years, you'll have saved $600,000. Takes a long time to get there, but you can also change this green cell to be whatever number you want. See if you have a specific timeline that you're curious about. Okay, what will it take to save up X amount? So this is here if you want to save a certain amount of money. This will tell you how much you need to save each month. So let's say in 10 years, you want to retire with $1 million and you can guarantee 3% return on investment. That means you're gonna have to save $7,000 a month, which is not looking realistic based on the numbers that we have here. Spouse A has this extra disposable income, so maybe they could put a little bit more in. Still not quite cutting it. Okay, maybe you have to do something else to make this money. You can use this spreadsheet to determine your financial goals and figure out what you need to change in your personal budget in order to achieve it. I have other financial spreadsheets on my Etsy shop if you want to check them out there.